Hello, everyone, and welcome to Montcalm Community College. My name is Emily, and I am the admissions representative here. And today we'll be talking about our Agriscience and Natural Resources programs. So to start with, we'll have just a quick video testimonial from one of our students participating in this area.
My name is Emily Muchler, and I am from Saranac, Michigan. I am in the Agriculture Operations program. My favorite class would probably be Animal Science, which I'm taking right now. So with Michelle Gibson's in Animal Science, I enjoy going to all the different farms on Thursdays, seeing everything. Last semester in Dan Rossman's crop science class, that was fun, going to different fields and learning different things out there. Brian Gardner's CSS class was a lot of fun. In the Ag Ops program, it's an easy transfer into MSU if you want to go get your 4-year degree, which is what I'm going to do. And then go get my crop and soil science degree to become an agronomist. I like the class sizes because they're smaller, so it's easier to have one-on-one time with the professors.
And with that, I will turn it over to Michelle Gibson.
So, hi everybody, I'm Michelle, and I'm going to share a video that I made about careers in animal agriculture. So you can laugh at my 9-year-old self here with my first animal.
Hi everybody, my name's Michelle, and I work at MCC. This is a picture of me with my calf Bozo and my 2 brothers and sister. And the summer I was 9, I bottle fed it because its mama didn't want to do that work. At the end of the summer, when I asked Dad where it was going when he sold all the feeder calves from our beef herd, he turned to me and he said, "McDonald's." And that kind of explains agriculture. We grow things to eat them. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just the way it is. But there's a ton of jobs and a ton of different ways that you can be involved in our food system. People tend to think that agriculture is just living on a farm and having an animal and having a garden and that sort of thing. But really, there's a lot more to agriculture than just farming. It's not just shoveling manure. Agriculture might start with a farm, but it ends with eating, and the steps in between are all different ways that you can be involved in agriculture. From processing to transportation to marketing to retail, agriculture is a multi-step process, which means there's multiple careers. Like driving big machinery? Check out these. These are pretty awesome. Maybe you'd like to learn to fly a drone. They're used to check crops and animals these days. Like making wonderful barns for animals to have happy, healthy lives? Learn how to do ventilation, lighting, or electrical systems in large production operations. These are 2 of my students in a turkey production facility. A production manager would be walking through this building at least once a day, checking for the health of the turkeys. Large swine facilities, turkey, and chicken barns all have these production managers. Like bugs, be an entomologist. They're needed all over the world to help control pests on our crops and on our animals. If you love animals and want to be a veterinarian, hopefully you also love school. It takes 8 years plus a licensure test to become a veterinarian. A shorter, quicker way to do some of the same types of activities is vet techs. It only takes 2 years of school for a vet tech degree. Perhaps you'd like to give a dog therapy, occupational therapy, emotional therapy after being injured or hurt. This can also be kind of a fun career and an alternative to being a vet. Animals can also be used to give therapy to people. Occupational therapy or dealing with PTSD can be helped with animals. They use not only dogs, that is the most common animal therapy animal, but they also use cats and horses and goats. It can be a very rewarding experience to help somebody through a trauma using an animal. They're also excellent volunteer opportunities available in this field. You can do this right now. Like designing different recipes and meals, thinking about dietitian or nutritionist, why not be one for an animal? Purina is always hiring people to do this. Maybe you like flowers. Maybe you like to develop new varieties, arrange them, design ornamental gardens. Do you like landscaping or designing landscapes for homes, businesses? Michigan has a large number of commercial greenhouses and raises many annuals for people to plant. There are many jobs in this industry. Lake Michigan makes our climate uniquely suitable for a variety of fruit crops. We grow a lot of fruit, including grapes for winemaking. Between the fruits and vegetables Michigan produces, we are number 2 in variety, behind California. You can pick your favorite fruit or vegetable, and there's a good chance Michigan grows it. Many of these products are shipped all over the world. Got milk? This cow does, but we need people to milk her. Because it's hard to find good labor to do that, robotic milkers have been created and are now being used in the dairy industry. However, technicians are needed to fix and maintain these. People with training in robotics, as well as have an understanding of animals, are needed. Speaking of dairy products, there's a glut of milk on the market right now. Interested in quality control, food safety, and food production? These companies are hiring right now to try to figure out all the different ways we can use milk. Every piece of meat in this country sold at a consumer retail outlet has to be inspected. The Food Safety Inspection Service, a division of the USDA, does this. Imported food is also inspected. Therefore, inspectors are always needed. It's a great job. They work at slaughter plants, ports of entry, and food processing plants like Herbrooks, where eggs are inspected, which also must be inspected before sold to a consumer. Clemens Food Group just built a pork processing plant in Coldwater, Michigan that processes 10,000 hogs a day and has created over 800 jobs. Some of those jobs are involved in food safety. The ag industry contributes $91.4 billion to our economy and adds over 900,000 jobs. If one of the jobs that you've heard about today interests you, get started at MCC with taking crop science or animal science. Both of them get you started in agriculture. The Ag Operations Program at MCC is a program in conjunction with Michigan State University's Institute of Ag Technology. In about 2.5 years, a student gets an associate's degree at MCC and a certificate from MSU. Because this program requires an internship, many of our graduates are getting jobs directly because of that internship. Although you could also use this to seamlessly transfer to MSU and work towards a bachelor's degree. Most of these students are getting jobs in careers that have been described here in this presentation. If you're interested, contact MCC or MSU. Agriculture is a wonderful place to be. There's something for everyone. Okay.
Fantastic. Thank you, Michelle. Do you want me to go ahead and get started? All right. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. All right. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about, again, what Michelle kind of led into that. We have a joint program here at MCC between the Institute of Agricultural Technology at Michigan State University, who I work for, and then Montcalm Community College, who I work with, and I actually work on the campus. So the partnership actually is a unique opportunity where these two organizations collaborate to provide this program for students here in Montcalm County. The Institute of Ag Technology has been involved in creating this high-tech ag education since 1894. And the graduates have always been in high demand and are career ready upon leaving the program. So the reason why, I guess, if you really want to step back, and Michelle did a great job of telling us the importance of the careers coming into agriculture. There's going to be thousands of skilled and trained workers are going to be needed in the ag industry coming up. There are lots of openings right now. I mean, our students have have right now about 100% placing getting out of the program. There's some reasons why, which we'll go into in a little bit, that make you guys make graduates of our program very marketable. The biggest reason why we're marketable is every single person on the planet has one thing in common, at least we all like to eat, right? So we've got 9 billion people are projected to be on this planet by 2050. That's a lot. They're projecting that's going to be 100% more food we're going to need to produce today than we do, or tomorrow than we do today. That's going to have to come back from agriculture, right? Because agriculture produces the food that we eat. Land is not getting more plentiful. We can't double our land. Unfortunately, every time we see a subdivision, we reduce the number of land. So so agriculture has to be smarter to feed the world's population. And we are getting smarter. If you think about ag just 50, 70 years ago, this would have been a common scene around Montcalm County or the surrounding areas here. You would see these tractors out in the fields, and those tractors were provided the opportunity for for farms to get bigger and more efficient at feeding the world. All right. Today, we've continued to grow and develop, and I really think that farming is on the cutting edge of technology. The tractors for the last 10 years have had more screens than most kids that play on these high-tech computer games. We use drone technology, like Michelle said. We use robot tractors, and we use technology right in the field. So when we're doing crop scouting, we can put the data in, so instantly that data is able to be used by the farmers to be able to make the decisions to make that to work on that crop. Other problems we always hear about, and my kid comes home from school, and their science teachers bring them home and say, agriculture are one of the biggest polluters or this or that. And I think that reputation is earned because of the past in agriculture. There was a lot of times where runoff happened in different areas. That's not happening anymore. There's lots of regulation that come into that. Those regulation, that means there's jobs involved in that. The jobs to make the farmers be able to implement safe practices, jobs to be able to be more efficient in how we're doing it. The technology that we're using, if you think about the drop of diesel fuel that goes to motor that tractor, it's got to work. It's got to work more. We have to provide less emissions while also going out there and giving more power. So tractors now are much more efficient than the tractors of yesterday. They can do 24 rows on that same drop of fuel that the older equipment uses in 3 rows. So that means farmers have to be more reliant on technology. This as Michelle said with that dairy farm and the robotics there, we have to have people to be able to maintain that. This is something pretty interesting. We talk about feeding the world and things having to get better. This is looking at corn growing per acre. How many bushels can you grow? For probably from 1860 to 1930 is around 30 bushels per acre. Today, it's been a steady increase today through genetics and through better growing practices and being able to have better technology out in those fields. We are much better at doing this. And right now they're saying in 2016, we're at about 170 bushels. Well, I talked to one of our students that just graduated last semester. He just finished up his internship at Maine Farms, and he was on a project, and he boasted he had one field he was working on for an acre. He grew 250 bushels. So he's almost 100 bushels over what we are expecting in 2016. And this year he hopes to get further than that. So that trend keeps going up. Why does it keep going up? Through education and technology and understanding how to apply that technology to what we're doing. The reason why I tell you all this is we have a solution. MCC and MSU and the IAT programs are able to help you find a career in agriculture. We want to train you to be that workforce that can go out there and be at graduation, be ready to have a job that is going to get you to help you feed the world. All right. A lot of these courses, these are our MSU courses. And the way these are worked is you have MSU courses that you take through Michigan State University. You've got MCC courses that you take at MCC. And we work with switching them back over. So when you're done, you have an associate's degree from MCC and a certificate from MSU, all in agriculture. All right. This is our basic Ag Ops program, or agricultural operations. There are 4 or 5 classes that are taught right on the campus in person on the campus of MCC, which are the farm management. We have Emily Muchler in the video you saw earlier talked about in the seminar class is taught here on campus. We've got plant pathology, we've got entomology. Those are all taught right here. You do not have to go to the campus of MSU to take these classes. So when you get that the research-based education for agriculture from MSU, but you do it right here in your own backyard. The other classes here are taught online. MSU's, and they've got infinitely better. If one thing COVID's done, it's taught us how to be better at doing online content, and they have improved immensely. And these classes are now, you're able to do online, so that's pretty cool as well. So you really, if you wanted to go to MSU, you are a full Spartan. You have, I mean, if you want to go down to the ball games, if that's your thing, go on down, but you don't have to. You can take every class right here or in your home through online programming. And then the other one, MCC, you take where MSU is that, focus on that high-tech agriculture education. MCC focuses on these accessible student-focused classes that MCC does amazingly well. We have state-of-the-art learning environments, probably as good, if not better, than what MSU does. We focus on these core classes. We do English, math, social science, bioethics, and business are all held right here at MCC. And those are all your core classes. The other thing is, if you are interested in transferring, you can transfer to MSU without having to apply, as long as you have a 3.0 GPA in your Ag Ops programs, or your Ag programming here at both places. If you get your MTA, you can transfer right into MSU, no questions asked, if you go into a College of Ag and Natural Resource program. So that's a pretty cool thing as well. So you're not only going to be ready to enter the workforce, if you want to get a bachelor's degree, you're ready to enter a bachelor program as well. So that's pretty cool. And if you look down here too, the other 2 classes I put down here at MCC that we offer are animal science and crop science. Animal science is, as Michelle said, is our teacher. We're wonderfully lucky to have her to be able to do that. In crop science, they're both taught here at MCC, and those take your MCC science credits, and they're both ag related. That's pretty cool. Another opportunity that we have here is through our Ag Club. Well, Ag Club is connected to the Michigan Farm Bureau's collegiate program. That comes with some perks. You're automatically have a free membership to Michigan Farm Bureau. They keep you updated on all the current news and events around agriculture in Michigan. They do a great job of sending out a daily newsletter. I pretty much try to read that every day to keep up to date of what's going on. There's contests. We saw Emily that did the presentation earlier. The student there you just saw, she was one of the final 4 in the Michigan Farm Bureau collegiate young farmer or collegiate discussion meet, which was a pretty big honor. She worked really hard and represented MCC there, along with another student who was in the final 4. So 2 of the 4 students were from Montcalm Community College. We have a very involved Ag Club, right? Right now, we have several hanging baskets hanging up in our greenhouse that we have at MCC that our Ag Club puts together. Michelle and I and Dan Rossman, who's another instructor that we have here, work really hard to try to get this Ag Club going. So it's not our club too. It's your club, the students' club, and I think that's really cool. They drive what plants they want to order, how they want to do it. We tend to just feed them, so it's pretty cool. We also have, so we do that also. They have that connection too to the Michigan Farm Bureau as being connected with the local Farm Bureau. They're the Montcalm Farm Bureau, the Gratiot Farm Bureau, and you can be a member of those as well. One other thing that I just kind of like to bring up is we do, when COVID's not around, we do a study abroad program for our Ag students. They actually, a couple of years ago, we sent a group of several over to Ireland, all in our Ag programs here that we have through the Institute of Ag Technology. And they are able to see how agriculture is done in Ireland and how that affects them. They actually got 6 college credits for going, which they use for their electives. They're able to see some of the sites while they're over there and visit some of the, and then again, visit some of their ways of doing agriculture, which was a real eye-opener for those students. So where does that leave us? If you're ready to apply or get more information, there's a couple places you can go. You can go to the MSU's Institute of Ag Technology website at iat.msu.edu, or visit montcalm.edu/agriculture. Both of those are going to get you more information on how to apply, how to get more information. You can find us on Facebook at IAT-MSU, or you can just pick up the phone and give me a call, which is on the next page here as well. I'm more than happy to go over any information. If you come to MCC, I'm going to be that person that's going to help you between your Montcalm Community College classes, your MSU classes, and help that link, because you are a student at both places. I'm going to be the person that's going to help make sure that you're going, doing things right. If you need a little kick in the butt, sometimes that's going to be me. Sometimes I'm going to be the person to pat you on the back and say, you know what, great job, you did awesome. So that's kind of we are. I really think our ag students are pretty much a big family here, and I really enjoy working in that, and I'd love to be able to work with you in this as well. I just will leave it with a quote that George Washington said. He said, "Agriculture is the most healthful, most youthful, and most noble employment of man." And I think even though it's been over 200 years, I think them still rings true. And if you studied George Washington, the one thing that he always said first is he was a farmer. And I think that's where farming is a very noble act. So anyway, if anybody's got any questions, I'd always entertain them. You can visit me you can call me at 989-328-1090 or email me at gardnerb@msu.edu.
Any questions? That was wonderful. And Michelle as well. So my role at the college is the career advisor. So yes, we want you to have a wonderful education. We have the tools to do that, but we also want you to have gainful employment. So some of you come to us already knowing what you want to do. Others are still trying to figure that out. So one of the benefits you have of being a student at Montcalm Community College is you have access to free career services all the while you're with us, but then even after you leave. So I want to show you some of the resources that we have. If you start out at montcalm.edu and then you scroll partway down right at the home page, you're going to get this green bar. So this bar is useful for a lot of things. If you're still trying to figure out what you want to do, you can search, you can put in art or business or vet, anything you want, and it's going to pull up programs that we have associated with that. So I put in agriculture, and you'll see it brings up our 2 agriculture associate's degrees. It'll give you some brief information about them, how long, how many credits, but also the nice thing you can do is if you click the compare button, so I'm going to compare these 2 degrees, and down on the bottom, you'll see where you can compare now, and it'll show you an overview of those 2 programs. Now you can see these 2 are very similar. Sometimes you'll get programs that you're comparing that are very different from one another as far as how many credits they require. But what's nice is a nice little snapshot. You get the description of the program. If you click full program details, it'll actually tell you all the courses required. But then also down here, potential occupations. So you'll see it's a little different for each. And if there's more, you click the more button, and then it'll give you some more occupations there. If you find it something you're interested in, you can always request more information right from here. So that's one of our search tools. That's called Explore. I want to show you another opportunity to explore some degrees in careers. So from the home page, I simply clicked academics. Then if you scroll down, you're going to see that green bar again. We have this in a lot of places because we want students to be able to use this search tool. But if you're interested in a degree and you have an idea of what it might be that you're looking at, I'm going to click on agribusiness. So in agribusiness, it gives you a brief overview of the program again, why you might want this degree, any related programs we have or careers. So it gives you some careers again. But the other thing I want you to see, and it looks like a pop-up, like an ad. This section right here, if you scroll through the arrows, it'll show you some of the jobs that you can get with this degree. Now, what it does beyond that is maybe you're wondering, what do buyers and purchasing agents do? If you click on Learn More, it takes you over to our Career Coach program. So I had clicked on this career, gives you your average salary. Now the stats you're looking at here are defaulted for just the state of Michigan, not nationwide. You can see there are a nice number of annual job openings. And it shows you the programs we have that are related to it. You could click and go back to the programs, but also you can learn more about each of these careers in detail. So for my students who are still exploring what they want to do, Career Coach is a nice option. Some of you might notice that I have a 49% match. The reason percent match is showing up is I've taken a personality analysis in the Career Coach program, and our community can do the same thing. You have to do a login to have it save your percentage match, but there's no cost to the personality analysis. And what it does is it just shows you, based on the questions you answered, how it thinks that you might match with that career. All right, we have some other things to show you as well. I know it's a lot, so at the end, I'm going to show you how to make an appointment with Career Services so that we can walk through any of these things that you find interesting. So I'm back at our homepage at montcalm.edu. And if you scroll down to the very bottom, look for that state of Michigan icon. For me, the easiest way to find Career Services, these little links right here, just click on Career Services. This will bring you to our Career Services landing page. Now, normally we would have events. Right now, because we're virtual, we have not switched over to events. We're getting ready to partner with someone to do virtual career fairs every month. Career Coach is that program I was just talking to you about. We have a lot of resources. We have job boards. We're going to change this up because now we are posting internship opportunities there as well. And then a lot of different career links for those people who want to explore more. They like personality tests, or they want to know about a particular career in a certain field. We have, like, for example, I have agricultural careers here, and it just gives you another view to look at and to explore different opportunities. The other thing we have, and this is, of all of the information I've given you, this is probably the most important because it's the easiest one to get more information on, is right here. You can book an appointment. Right now, we're still taking online appointments, but you can book an appointment. If you just click on that link, this will come up. You select, if you want to do just a traditional phone call, I can meet with you through a phone call. We can do a virtual visit, whatever you want to do, you highlight that. And then it'll go through and you select the dates you want to meet. And you'll notice in there, I do take evening appointments as well, because that works with people's schedules better sometimes. So you go ahead and make an appointment, it'll send you a reminder, and then we can connect and help you either figure out what it is you want to study or help you get some job placement, review your resume, put your cover letter together, those sorts of things. So that's what I have for you. I'll stop sharing my screen now. Okay.
So just really briefly, if you think you'd like to get started at Montcalm Community College, just a little bit about our admissions. So we do have open admissions, which means that once you apply, you are automatically accepted to the college. So our application takes about 10 minutes. It's just some basic information, and you'll receive an acceptance email within 24 hours, and in 3 to 5 days, a packet in the mail. So I'll go ahead and share a link with you in the chat box as well, just to our page for getting started at Montcalm Community College. And thank you for joining us today to learn more about our Agriscience and natural resource programs.